Hi, and thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. My name is Patricia, and don't forget to press the subscribe button, share button, and the like button. I want to talk to you all about something that I don't know that everybody know this unless you're rich. Then you know, but I don't know if everybody knows this. Do you know that when you have a lot of confusion around you, money will flee in the other direction? Money will not stay in your environment if there's a lot of confusion. So, first let's talk about the vibration frequency of money. Money vibration frequency is pure. The more money that you have, the purer that vibration frequency of the money becomes. In other words, let's say if you're worth 50,000, okay? So you know the vibration of the money is high. But if you have $50 million, that vibration becomes like pure energy. Like I don't want to say pure energy, but it becomes pure. So the more money you have, the higher the vibration frequency is. Okay? So because of this, if you have a lot of confusion around you and money is a pure vibration frequency, pure, then because to have a lot of confusion around you is automatic, that's negative. So now that pure vibration frequency is not going to want to be around the lower vibration frequency, which is the confusion. The pure vibration frequency, which is money, is going to flee. Now, I know people, a millionaire told me this a long time ago. I was reading something in Getty's biography, and it was something that he had said to a family member, or was also stating that. Now, so let me give you an example. So now I'm going to bring it down and give you an example of everyday person's life. Okay. So there's this lady she was doing things to bring money in, doing the wealth that I gave out and just doing affirmations, to bring her money in. Her money started coming in. She had 2 jobs. I think she told me she went from $1,000 a month to $6,000 a month earning, and this was less than 90 days. So she had contacted me to ask me about her winning the lottery. She wanted to win the lottery for a larger sum of money. And she said, well, I understand you have a technique about that. So she was on her way to creating large sum of money. And then she got back into a relationship with the guy that she had been with for 7 years. And she called me one day. I mean, it was just so much confusion. It's like every single day. She called me like 3 days in a row, and every single day her and this man was arguing. Or the man would get up the man would give her maybe $100 the night before, and then he would get up the next day arguing about you using me for my money. I don't have money to give you. I gotta pay my own bills. But he lived there with her. So this was like, when I was talking to her, this was like every day. She was calling me, but I specifically remember 3 days in a row, but it was the same thing. Like, she called me that Monday. She told me, he gave her money. He's arguing about it the next day. Then the next day she called me again. He gave her money. He argued about it the next day. The third day it was the same thing. And then he was also not only arguing about that, but arguing that she's sleeping around. That was another argument. So he was arguing about that. I said to myself, oh my gosh, she will never be able to create money in all of this confusion. It was just too much confusion, okay? I was talking about she wasn't going to be able to create a large sum of money. That's what I was talking about. But as this confusion began to escalate around her, within about 2 weeks, she was working 2 jobs, and she lost both jobs. And she didn't have any, she had her income coming, like unemployment, you know what I mean? She had that coming in, but that was all. And so I said to her about what I'm telling you about money, about confusion will drive money away. And then it dawned on me, like, wow, she started off having, 2 jobs and this extra income coming in. And in a matter of 2 weeks, when she's going through all this confusion, the money is leaving her. As I sat there and watched the money leave her. And one of her jobs she had for a year. And she, her and the boss got into it. That's even more confusing. Her and the boss got into it. The boss called her out her name, and that created, another argument, another round of confusion. You see, just confusion all around her. Then she was working with private duty lady, and the lady had confusion in her life because about money. She couldn't afford to pay the caregivers, and the lady was all upset. This is still more confusion that you're around. And again, I mentioned to her, like, you're gonna have to make a choice, because, like, how long you been with this guy? And she said 7 years. She said, and I said, 7 years. She says, we've been arguing like this for 7 years. And I'm like, for me to be arguing for 7 years with somebody every day, it's exhausting. That is extremely exhausting. I didn't understand how she do it. But when she was calling me every day, I could see right then that she was calling me about the same thing. So this thing wasn't going to change. And then you tell me you had already been doing it for 7 years. And then I know what her money looks like during that 7-year period, because that's why she had contacted me. But when she contacted me, see, she wasn't with him. They had broke up for a minute. And so the short time that they were broken up, I think it was 90 days or not. I don't think it was a long time they broke up. I think it was like 90 days. But within that 90 days, you see, when she contacted me, she was able to begin to create money. And that's why I told you she was on the road to create money. And then when he came back and they started the argument, it just tore all the money down. The money just went and fled. So as of yesterday, she had no job. And she did text me and tell me that, she really loved the guy, but she was going to have to get him out of her life, because she also, was tired of struggling financially. And she said to me that she could see that over this very short period, she was really doing good financially. She was fixing to paint her house and fix her house up. And she said she could see that the money that she had, $6,000 came in, and then she had zero coming in because of the confusion, except for the unemployment. She had zero coming in. Isn't that something? And a lot of people, that's why I said I don't think everybody knows that when you arguing all the time, every day, and there's so much confusion around you, money is going to flee. Now, let me say this. Before the man had came back in her life, I would say it's been about maybe 3 weeks ago, some more confusion broke out between her 2 sons and her. So that was a big confusion and blow up in the house. And then when the boyfriend came back, she was having this confusion all the time. But then she also, during that time too, had a big blowout with one of the other sons. And then 2 months before that, approximately, she had a big blowout with her daughter. So I just want to give you the picture, the full picture, that this person just lives a life of confusion. And you think you're going to get money? No, you're not getting money when your life is filled with confusion. Again, money is pure energy. It will run the other way. And the more confusion you have, the quicker it's going to run. Now, I had thought that, when you're trying to create large sum of money, you could see this clearly, the money leaving. But she didn't even have large amounts of money. She just had, everyday money, like maybe middle class money. And it all fled away because her confusion was so much. So if you're trying to create, and I want to say this too, it's not only, I know for a fact that it makes money flee, but it really does affect every area of your life. I mean, your health, stress and anxiety, and if you're going through this and you're crying a lot, you know what I mean? It's not healthy, period, to be around a lot of confusion. And I don't really get that. How can you be with somebody for 7 years and you're going through 7 years of arguing every single day? Now, let me tell you something. My second husband died, okay? But when we got together, it was really like a power struggle. And so we used to argue every day. Every single day we would be arguing about something. But I realized that after a while, I realized I realized my money changed, is what I realized. But at the time, I didn't know anything about the purity of the energy and the money go. I didn't really know that. But I definitely could look back on it and say that I had more, when he was gone and wasn't in my life, definitely was handling more money than I was handling when he was in my life. And it was two of us working. And I do believe it was because we were arguing a lot. So I just wanted to come on and give you this short, tell you this, because like I said, I don't know if people are aware of this, but if you're trying to change your life and increase your finances, you better get the confusion out of your life, because you can only have one, the confusion or the money. So think about it and look back on your life and see, like, if you were involved in a lot of confusion and argument, how was your money situation at that time? And then look at how it was after. Okay, thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. This is Patricia. Don't forget to press subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.